This is Dr. Kathleen Walls.
And Xylo.
And you are watching the PIFF Connection on UCCN TV.
Let's watch a movie, said Froggy T. But where will we go? Asked Bunny. Because COVID restrictions are still in place, and I want to watch the movies at my own pace. We can go to Pif Africa, said Froggy T, with Brother Amoja, Dr. Walls, and even Kumbi. Pif Africa is 100% online, and we can watch a lot of movies one day at a time. And guess what else, Froggy T? Pif Africa is completely free. They just have to go to pitonfilmfestival.org.
Hotep family, Hotep, peace and blessings. I greet you in the name of God and the ancestors in whose footsteps I most humbly walk. His brother Ed Moja for today, the PIFF Connection. Now, as you know, we're getting ready for PIFF Africa 2021. And I am really blessed that one of the filmmakers happened to be here in the U.S. before she goes back to Cameroon and go back and forth. And she gave us a movie called Vegas. We're going to talk about that movie. But she has a DR, doctor, in front of her name, right? So when I see that, and my wife's a doctor, so I'm like, okay, what's the DR have to do with film and all that? So we're going to talk to Dr. Ekwe about all these things that she's doing. I'm happy to have her here in Philadelphia at our headquarters for PIFF, world headquarters for PIFF. She came up with 3 of her friends who was in the room. I just baptized the daughter of one of them to be my behind-the-scenes camera lady, Jessica. Hi, Jessica. So Jessica is up here. She's 19 years old in college now, right? All right, see? So we're doing a lot of things here today with PIFF. As you know, in PIFF, it's about education. How do we use the film industry to educate our community, especially our young people? So Dr. Ekwe, welcome to PIFF.
Thank you very much.
And you know what? Let's talk about the DR in front of you. What kind of doctor are you?
Actually, I'm a doctor in education and counseling. I'm a counselor by profession.
Oh, so you're a counselor by profession. Oh, they need you in the film industry, girl. They need you really. So, let's talk about the movie you gave us, like PIFF Africa is for filmmakers based in Africa, and you have a base in Africa and you have a base here, so you go back and forth. You're the only one in PIFF PIFF Africa who's like that, so you're very unique for
wow.
PIFF Africa. Because all the other filmmakers are just based in Africa, but you have 2 bases here in the U.S. and in Africa.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, first let's talk about your work, your counseling work. And what does that entails, and and we're going to talk about how you went from counseling work into the film industry.
Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about that. What made you become a counselor?
Actually, what made me become a counselor is my life story.
Okay.
Yeah, what I went through in life, and actually, I have my master's in marketing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but
so you like all around sister?
yeah, I'm all around. So when I came into this country, I came with a lot of pain on me. Mm-hmm. I've traveled in other countries.
Okay.
So, but when I came to the U.S.
And you're from Cameroon?
I'm from Cameroon, yeah. But I traveled to other countries.
So you speak French?
I speak French. Bonjour, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Okay.
St. Lucia, we speak Creole.
Okay, I don't know Creole.
Creole is French, is a broken dialect of French.
Oh, okay.
We used to be a French colony, and then like British. We went French and English 7 times. 7 times French, 7 times English.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I came here, actually, I was trying to see like what I'm gonna do. I've been in other countries that I've done 1 or 2 things, but when I came to the U.S., I know that this is like my last bus stop, and I really want to do something.
A last bus stop.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So when I came, I was walking in between, trying to go back to do PhD in business or anything that concerns what I was doing. But I met a friend who knew me back home in Cameroon, and I told her that she's like, "What do you want to do?" I'm like, "I want to do nursing, but I'm not a nurse type." You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not that type, you know. And I told her, okay, but I'm still thinking of what to do. And she told me, oh, no. That can you do like chaplain? I said, what is chaplain? I said, chaplain is preaching. Oh, I'm not. And so she's like, no, the mentality that we have is like, we just have a chaplain is somebody who holds the Bible, you know, and
Right.
I'm okay, let me see what I can do. So when I went online, I tried to Google one or two stuff. I saw a lot of bomb stuff on it. And I tried to Google some of the university. I first of all started with Liberty, and they were so much expensive by then.
Okay.
And I tried over there first, and I went to Life College in Kentucky.
Okay.
And while in school for that time, I've lived a life of pain because of my past.
Okay.
In my marriage, I got married so early, so very, very young, so very early. So
How young were you?
I was like 19.
Okay.
So, you know, because of Christianity, my dad was the Secretary General of the Apostolic Church. And as, you know, as a children, you don't have to live a type of life that, you know, that is going to affect the ministry, let me put it like that.
Right.
So they always like you like to leave marriage and to avoid, because I was so pretty by then, not now that I'm
You're still pretty, girl.
so men were all over me like every day, like, but that is like, be careful.
Yeah, so your dad was like,
Yeah, you know, so I come from that hard family. So when I came here, that is when I traveled first, I went to Greece, I studied in Greece.
Okay.
That is when my marriage, I had a broken marriage.
Okay.
And with that instinct, like, oh, divorce, I never wanted divorce. Although I was not fully into marriage, because I was still in school, my kids were living with my dad, and we were so young, all those type of things. So it wasn't so easy for me, like, people going to say, I don't want broken marriage. I've learned a lot about broken marriage. I know what it means, and I don't want to have a child here. I have another child here. So I was like, oh, I have to stick in this marriage. Okay. But I did everything that I have to do in my own power. It never worked, and it was so really bad. So my dad is like, you have to leave this country. That is, I first of all left the country. I went to Greece and to other countries, you know, just looking for life. And when I stumbled to this country, I'm like, so.
You stumbled into the U.S.
Into the U.S.
You stumbled into she stumbled into the
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So actually, the counseling part helped me. It didn't help me when I was really in school.
Okay.
It helped me when I was doing my clinical in Frederick Memorial Hospital.
Okay.
Because I did my
That's
clinical
in Maryland?
Okay. I did my clinical in Frederick Memorial Hospital and with the hospice. I did the both.
Ooh.
So, and when I started, like, I started getting healed from myself, is when I walked into a patient's room. I was paged like, oh, a patient needs somebody, is going through addiction, is going through, I think, broken marriage. Like, so I was like, broken marriage, wow. So I look at the page, I went to the room, I was like, oh, welcome, Miss Lois, how are you? I said, I'm good. She started talking. I started crying. Now, I was crying for myself. Like, he was so, oh, my husband abandoned me. Then she was like, I got married so young. My husband cheated on me. My husband abused me. I started crying there. Now, I'm like, I came to counsel this lady. But she is now, I'm hurt. You understand what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm really hurt now. And she started crying. So I held her and we started crying together. I don't cry no more. I won't fail no more. No more pain no more. 'Cause I'm stronger. I don't cry no more. I won't fail no more. No more pain no more. 'Cause I'm stronger.
Been through the night, I'm stronger. Ain't no need to fight, I'm stronger. Sing to the world, I'm stronger.
So we coming back from break, so we picked up where you were talking about you hugged this lady and you guys cried together. And what did that do for you when that happened?
Actually, I felt a lot of, let's say, rejection. Why did I say rejection? Because I can't be going through something and I'm going to counsel somebody who is also going through the same thing. I feel like I'm not getting my healing at that time. Like, how can I be helping somebody whom I also need help? You understand what I mean? Now, those two things, like, I don't know how to help her. You know, now my clinical aspect left me. I brought out my own emotion.
Yeah, your own personal emotion.
My own personal emotion. And later on, I'm like, oh, no, I have to come back to myself. And I came back to myself and I told her, are you okay? She said she's okay. And she started crying. So I have to allow her, because the pain is always going to be there. You can't take away the pain. You got to allow somebody to cry up, to speak, to know that, okay, this thing happened. So I have to deal with it. Release it. Air your mind. Make sure you're going to deal with it. Okay. It's not going to come out, but you have to work it for yourself. And that is why I came back on myself. And when we talked over there, and I said, okay, I'm good, I'm good. He said, oh, thank you. That the touch that you touched me, I felt comfort. Oh my God, I speak in my mind. She has come again. So, you know, like when you are doing your clinicals, we are learning. You don't understand, like, because nobody did what I'm doing for her. It's not my field of education before I came to this field. So I find everything, the clinical aspect is so strange for me to see that I touch somebody and I feel comfort. I'm like, what comfort? In my mind. So when I left that room, I went back to the office and I was thinking, reflecting, and something came in me. You are not the only one that is going through this. You don't have to kill yourself. You have to let go. That is what my thought was now talking to me. You have to let go. You have to come out from there and move on with your life. I'm like, move on? How can I move on? Which I love that guy, my husband, so much, and I don't want a divorce. So those things played on me, but during those months of clinicals and everything, and what also helped me is when they asked us to come out with your grandmom, a chart of your family, your grandma, your grandpa, your uncle, your aunties, your brothers, your sisters, your wife.
So your family tree.
Yeah, family tree. All of them, I came out with my family tree and I discovered that we have divorce. You understand now? That, oh, my grandpa got married to 2 women because they say my grandmom, what, I don't know.
So you had divorce, when you did your family, you found divorce?
Yeah, I found divorce. And
it's very heavy.
Yeah, so I was like, I started feeling, comfortable. And before I left that, when people that knew me, they knew that something has left me. Because by then, I was so ugly. You know, at times when you are in pain, in agony, your beauty outside and inside lift you, and those ugly memories change your figure.
Change the way people see you.
That is it.
Okay. And so we're talking to Sister Ekwe about Dr. Ekwe about this, because it's going to lead into the movie Vegas, and because we're going to get back to this. So when we come back to the next segment, we're going to talk to her more about that. And we're going to lead into the movies. How did this go into? How did a doctor of education and counselor become a movie producer, executive producer? So this is Brother Ed Moses. This is the Pif Connection. So we'll be back in a minute.
Cause I'm stronger.
Been through the night, I'm stronger. Ain't no need to fight, I'm stronger. Swing through the world, I'm stronger. I finally made it. Now I'm moving on, I'm stronger.
I'm stronger.
Even when I fall, I'm stronger.
Menace.
Swing through the world, I'm stronger.
Let go.
'Cause I finally made it.
Oh yes, you made it. As a brother, I'm so damn elated.
So family, we are back with Sister Lois Ekwe. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
And so the first segment, we talked about her leaving Cameroon, going all over the world, Greece and everything, education, and how it took her into counseling. When she hugged someone, they were crying together. And that was a very interesting story. I love the first segment. So now we're going to talk to her, we're going to talk to her about the film industry. How did she get into the film industry from the field she was in? Now, if you'll watch Pif Connection, you always hear me say that the film industry is a multi-trillion-dollar industry when you put all the pieces together. It's the only industry that I know that uses every vocation you could think of is in the film industry, either in front of the camera or behind the camera, help them tell the story. That's how powerful this industry is. And talking to her, I'm listening, I'm like, yeah, she was a counselor, educator, now she's in the film industry and she's taking this into the industry. So let's talk about how did you go from where your profession, from one profession into the film industry? What happened? What was that aha moment that made you do that?
Actually, what made me to do this is when I started a healthcare business. And I have a client, I had a client, she's no more, may her soul rest in peace. And she was telling me how she wanted to write her life story to a movie. I'm like, what? And she was such a nice, she's so nice. And we said, yeah, that she has gone through a lot and that for her coming to my facility, the kids have abandoned her, and which is true. She's just left alone. She has worked a lot. So that's why I started working my brain. Okay, people have to hear my story. Because at times people see you are who you are today. They don't know that you have gone through a lot, you have been through a lot. And they just see you, they're like, oh, I just want to be like you. But they don't know what
the backstory.
Yeah, they don't really know like what you've gone. So actually, when I had this vision, the first Vegas was not really the name that we started with.
I want to ask you about that, because I was like, where did that name come from, boy? Oh, Lord.
Vegas was not really the name. The name was Trust and Pain. That was the original. And we started shooting it.
Your lead actress is shaking her head, boy.
Yeah, she knows about that.
It's about to fall off her shoulders.
Yeah, she knows about that because I went through a lot.
So you two know each other for a long time?
Yeah, she knows because the people that I started with disappointed me.
Okay.
Because
people you start with in the industry, in the
yeah,
movie?
yeah, in the movie.
Okay.
Disappointed me because I'm really, let me say I was a novice. I didn't know nothing.
Understood.
And I really felt bad, but I thank God because He said any disappointment is a blessing, and this is the real appointed time that God wanted this movie to be shot. So I never give. I'm somebody I don't give up. I'm that type of woman. I don't give up on my dream.
Okay, Cameroon.
I make it work. Even if it doesn't work, it has to work.
Well, you're a sister of a woman of color from Africa. We never give up.
I know.
Never give up.
Yes, I never give up. So when that disappointment came, then it came towards the time that I also host an award, Lois Entertainment Award. We also host it.
Now, did the award come before the film industry or after?
No, we had the award first. It was a second edition. And that is when those things happened, like 2 months before that. So I really went through a lot of stressful moments, like me having this disappointment and preparing for the award that took place in Kentucky. So I wasn't on my right senses, but I had some people that I have to work with it to make the award work, and it worked. So during that time, I first of all left the movie because there was a lot of, Africa, a lot of blah, 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 all those type of things, people that you feel like, oh, you want to work with them, they feel they know all those things. So I kept myself away from that film stuff. I put my mind on my business.
I got you.
So I just kept silent. Like when you want to surprise people, you don't talk. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't talk.
You show them the results.
That is it. That is what I did. We did. Yeah. So when I started this, I called 2 or 2 persons. I said, okay, this is what I want to do. So the other name changed. It was When Love Dies. And when I met the director,
When Love Dies.
Yeah,
okay.
That is to tell you how the thing went. So now they wrote the script. I met the director. We worked, and he said, Vegas, that let's look a name that is it's not just the Africans that have to watch this movie. Americans, every part of the world, they have to watch it. So let's modernize the name. That is how the name came from Vegas. And I decided to put my story out there because a lot of people are going through a lot in their life. Yeah. They don't know how to come out. They don't know how to deal with it. Exactly. And they don't have people around them that are going to help them.
Support them.
And mostly like women, I tell women, when you fall, you don't have to sit there. No. Any woman, when you fall, you rise from there.
Okay, wait. When you fall, you don't have to sit there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You don't have to, yeah?
I'm going to write that one down.
You don't have to.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't like lazy women beside me.
Okay.
Yeah. I like women that make things work. hard-working women. It doesn't mean that you have to go to school, no. It doesn't mean that you have to become a movie star, no. It doesn't mean that you have to become what. In any domain that you do.
You just don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
I understand that. I'm with you on that 100%. Something I live by.
Yeah. I'm a single mom. I've been a single mom for almost, my daughter is 21 years. I got married early. My husband have to abandon my 2 kids. I have my 2 kids, Larry and Sherry. They are so beautiful.
Larry and Shelly.
Hey,
Shelly.
I have 2 beautiful children.
Hey, Larry. Hey, Shelly.
Yeah, they are good. So I've been that struggling woman from my young age to now. That is to tell you that this goes to all the women out there.
Well, you
Whether you are in Africa, whether you are in America, Europe, don't allow a man to pull your dream down. Don't you ever allow any man to pull your dream down. Dream big. Have a vision. Focus on what you do. When you fall, you get up.
You can say amen over there. Say amen.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Y'all hear this harmony?
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true. And I always say, I tell people all the time, what you say, for you, there's some little girl somewhere right now who's going to see this, and you're probably the only person she's hearing or telling her that she doesn't have to stay down. So when we talk, we have to be very conscious that it's not for us, it's for the global community, because we are all interconnected somewhere. If it's 1% or 0.1%, we're all interconnected. So your story is going to vibrate to some young person somewhere. Maybe in 5-10 years, that young person will come to you and say, Mr. Dr. Ekwe, I heard you talking, and this really, no, because that's what happened with me with film. I met Gordon Parks Jr. Just for 30 seconds, and his whole aura about him just motivated me as a little boy. And he never spoke to me. He just smiled, and he came in the room, and he went out the room. And from that point, I said, I don't know who that man was, but he looked so cool, that camera in his hand. I wanted to be as cool as him. And then later on, my mom gave me a camera, and I kept on going. I went to school, got my degree in aerospace electronics and everything, but I always did photography, helped me put money in my pocket when I was in college. I did weddings for people, did parties for them. So I truly understand what you're saying right there, because someone's going to listen to your story, and it's going to motivate that young girl, because right now someone's stepping on her, someone's pushing her down, and when she hears your story, she's going to say, I don't have to stay down, I can get up. So thank you for sharing with them. That's really important.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, so the movie Vegas is actually some part of your life story. It's part of your life.
Yeah, actually the movie Vegas is my life story. It started when...
It is your life story.
Yeah, it's my life story, true life story, because, with all...
So you're talking about that lead actress over there?
Yeah, she is there, yeah.
She's playing you?
Yeah, she's playing my daughter, because...
She's playing your daughter.
Yeah, because what I did, I just took part of it. We are sick of, I just took part of it. And the part of it is...
part of it, because there's a lot of parts in there, boy.
Yeah, I took part of it when my daughter, it's like, Daddy called, why? I'm like, you crazy? So I started telling him. I was like using my pain to inflict on her. You understand?
I understand.
The pain that I got, which actually is not good, but it's just a movie we have to. I use the pain. Men are so wicked. They are so heartless. They are so this. You don't make man. You have to do this. That is what I went through. Right. So I was inflicting that pain on my daughter.
On your daughter.
And, and she also like, oh, my mom told me that. My mom told me that. So I just want to say, it's a movie. If you happen to watch the movie, watch it, learn. There's a lot of things to learn there. Us women, we should not inflict our pain to our kids. We should deal with our pain and allow them with your future. We just have to just guide them, tell them the right thing to do, the right path, not to tell them, oh, your dad abandoned you, don't listen to a man, don't do this, because your daughter may not stump into a guy like the father. He's not going to.
And what you're saying also goes for men. Also on the other side, like men, when we have children, sometimes when we divorce or separate, we start telling our children, mostly our sons, your mom is this, your mom is that. Blah, blah, blah. So it's a two-way street. So what you're saying is very true, but also for men, we have to be conscious not to do that, because that's how some young boys grow up to be men, and they just abuse women because they have gotten that seed from their father. Yeah. So that's a two-way street. We have to be very conscious. Yeah. We need more healing in our community, because it has happened for such a long time that no one is not no one. A lot of people are now working to change the program in the computer. If you don't change the program in the computer, the same program continues to run over and over and over.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's very true. That's very true. So, and I thank you for coming here because, like I said, Pif Africa. She's part of Pif Africa. She's in the U.S., but she goes back on. I'm truly blessed that I met you through Pif Africa because you're here now, but when you're going back to Africa, we're going to talk about the award show you're doing in Africa and stuff like that. So this shows the African filmmakers. We have 23 films from 11 different countries in the first year. And I was motivated to do this by a sister in Africa. My point person in Africa is Kumbi Raya. She's based in Zimbabwe. And she's the one who gave me the idea to do Pif Africa. So if I didn't listen to her, or if she didn't tell me and I didn't listen to her, I never would have met you. I never would have met these women. And I would have, my great photographer over there. So we're all interconnected in some fashion, some form. And we have to be very conscious about that because now I know you and now we're going to do some work together because you're here in the U.S., you go back to Cameroon. I've never been to Africa, so I've definitely never been to Cameroon.
You're going to Nigeria.
I'm going to Nigeria?
Yeah, September.
I'm going to Nigeria, baby.
Yeah, we have an award in Nigeria.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. So, and that's very important because for me, I'm from a Caribbean island called St. Lucia. And a little island in the Caribbean Sea. And for me to be sitting here in the United States doing what I'm doing here, hopefully it tells other little boys from the U.S., from St. Lucia, they could do this too. But there was nothing special about it. My grandfather's a farmer. I grew up around a farmer. I love still farming. My father was an abusive alcoholic. A great carpenter was an abusive alcoholic. So I grew up around a lot of challenges. And those challenges right now is showing me that, you know what, I have overcome. I didn't stay down where I got.
I know that.
I didn't stay down. I got up. So I'm very blessed that I'm in this position that I could actually hear your story, feel your story, and see the progress of your story. And I thank you for coming. I thank you for sharing it with us because as you share it, I believe God has given it to you to share it with the world.
Yeah.
Because some little girl needs to hear your story.
I know.
So I thank you for that. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk to her about her work in Africa. Because this sister's all over the place. She's all over the place, man. So this is Ed Mojo for the Pif Connection. We'll be right back.
Let's watch a movie, said Froggy T. But where will we go? Asked Bunny. Because COVID restrictions are still in place, and I want to watch the movies at my own pace. We can go to Pif Africa, said Froggy T, with Brother Amoja, Dr. Walls, and even Kumbi. Pif Africa is 100% online, and we can watch a lot of movies one day at a time. And guess what else, Froggy T? Pif Africa is completely free. They just have to go to pitonfilmfestival.org.
We are back. This is Brother Ed Emoji for the Pif Connection, and this Pif Connection is very special because it's going to lead us into Pif Africa, which starts on the 13th of this month. And like I said, we have 23 films from 11 different countries, and we're really happy about that. And one of the films is called Vegas, and I was just truly blessed that the sister behind the whole production just happened to be in the U.S. right now. She has an office here in the U.S. and an office in Cameroon, where she's originally from. And so we're going to talk to her about her work in Africa because she's doing something very unique, and I like what she's doing. She's opening doors for a lot of people, a lot of opportunities. So let's talk about, Dr. Ekwe, let's talk about your work in Africa with the award show, why you're doing it, and you're doing it in Nigeria, right?
Yeah, this time we are hosting in Nigeria. We are hosting one in Cameroon again. We are hosting in Nigeria.
So you're doing two, one in Cameroon
Yeah,
and one?
we have one in July. We have another one September in Nigeria.
So July is Cameroon and September is like, oh, you go ahead, girl, give me some skin. So why two shows and why are you doing one? I know Cameroon, that's where you're from.
Yeah.
So what took you to Nigeria? Are the two shows, the two awards, are they the same or different in some type?
They are different.
Okay, so tell us about the first one in July, which is Cameroon. What's that one about?
Oh, actually, we had an award in Cameroon February.
Okay.
We just had one. Because when I started over here in the US, I'm like, oh, we have to take it all over. Because we don't just deal just with celebrities, we deal with people that are impacting the community. So it's not just something that is based also, we are coupled with the foundation, Lois Entertainment Foundation. So it's coupled with it.
Okay,
So that is why we deal with people with the community base, like people that have impacted the community, that have done a lot. So I decided this time that due to a pandemic that we can't host it over here in the US because of what is going on. I said, okay, we're going to. So the first one we had in Cameroon, it was so good. We started with some of the stars, some of the children on the street that people have abandoned. We gave them an award. We gave them recognition, medal, certificate. And this time, we are still doing it again in Cameroon. We are recognizing some of the government officials that have done a lot in our community. And we are also recognizing some of the disabilities in our community.
Cool.
Yeah. And we're going to have a workshop training. We have to train them how to take care of their body. We have to train them how to fish, because you can't just be giving people food.
Yeah.
My foundation have been giving food a lot. I'm like, we are not going to do that. We have to train you.
You're going to teach them how to.
Yeah. So we're going to train them how to do snails, how to raise snails. We're going to train them how to do a lot of stuff. We do a lot.
I'm going to hold you on that thing. So we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back, okay?
Okay.
So and we're going to talk a little bit more about that.
Okay.
So this is Brother Ed Emoji. We're going to be right back to talk to him more about this. Well, family, we are back. We are back. So we interrupted. We had a special guest come in and we had to escort him out. Rusty had to make his presence known. So we are back and we're going to get into the awards. We're talking about the one in Cameroon.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about that. And then we're going to segue. Then we'll go into the one in Nigeria. So the one in Cameroon, tell us a little bit more about that.
The one in Cameroon, we are recognizing some of the government officials who have done a lot in the community. And we are also recognizing some of the disabilities. We have some of them who are in the university. We have some of them that are doing a lot in the community, but there's nobody to recognize them. So we want to recognize them, and we're going to have like a workshop where we're going to train them how to take care of themselves. We're going to train them how to do the cocoa oil, and how to raise snails. And how
snails?
To, yeah.
Okay, so you'll raise snails in Cameroon?
Yeah, we raise snails, and how to do other stuff to make beads.
Isn't Cameroon big for cocoa and stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay, I remember.
Cameroon is.
I went to college with a guy. I went to college with a gentleman from Cameroon.
Yeah. So.
Okay, cool. So that's interesting. So let's give some contact information, because this is going to go global. So if there's people in Cameroon who might be interested in getting in contact with you, how do people in Cameroon, is there a special email address or website for people in Cameroon to get in touch with you, or just a general email you have?
Yeah, I have an email. It's Ekwe700@gmail.com. Then I don't like to give my number out because
give an email.
A lot of people
I'm
like.
I'm going to put it in the bottom.
Yeah, so the number I'm going to give, a number that you're going to put, I don't know it on my head, is a Cameroon number that somebody can get through. Then we have a website. We're going to put it on the screen.
Well, we're going to get all the information from it.
Yeah.
We're going to put it on the bottom of the screen. So definitely this is for people in Cameroon.
Even here in America, we welcome people to support us because I'm doing this alone. I'm doing it by myself. So I need
1, 2, 3. Oh,
I mean, like sponsors.
Okay.
By myself. So we're going to need some people to help us if they wish to.
Okay, fantastic. So let's talk. Let's go into Nigeria. Nigeria is in September. So why Nigeria and why September? Is there a particular reason why September in Nigeria?
Yeah, why September? Because of the award that we have in July. You know, we have an award July in Cameroon, and September is Nigeria.
So it's going to be same type. It's going to be the same type of award in Nigeria.
Yeah, it's just a community award, but we are not going to deal. It's going to be a community award to recognize some of the same thing, government official, everybody that is doing a lot in their community. And also the foundation is going to be also doing another training over there also. We're still going to be doing some training.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now the information we give are the email address, people in Cameroon. Same email. So for people what kind of people are you looking for in Cameroon and Nigeria to support you? What kind of, are you in particular sponsors you're looking for?
actually, we are also looking for sponsor. I can't say particular because anybody can.
Just looking for sponsors. No, sometimes you might, some sense, so you're looking for sponsors in
Yeah.
Cameroon and in Nigeria.
I'm looking for sponsor not only in Cameroon, in Nigeria. I'm based in the U.S. In the U.S.
So you're looking for, you looking for sponsors just
Yeah.
overall.
All overall.
Overall.
All over the world.
So if you're interested in working with her, she's doing stuff in Cameroon, Nigeria, the U.S.
And we're going to be going to Dubai next year.
Oh, and
Yes.
and she's going to Dubai.
Yeah.
So I heard a little voice behind me. So she's going. No, that's good. So people who might be interested in supporting your work and what you're doing, they definitely need to get in touch with you. The same email address.
Yeah,
Get in touch with
or
her
you can
about
go to
that.
our website. You're going to find more about us on our website.
And we're gonna put all that information on the bottom of this interview, so you can definitely reach out to her. Like I said, her movie Vegas will be part of Pif Africa this year. What day it's playing, I'm not sure yet, but we're still working on the schedule. But we'll be posting the schedule for Pif Africa very soon with all the movies and stuff like that. We're really excited about that. So family, please support her and what she's doing, because it's about empowerment for us here at PIF. You know, PIF is part of Emotion Communications, and we're really happy to be doing Pif Africa now. As we do Pif Africa, it opens up, and my goal, talking to Sister Dr. Ekwe, she's all over the place, but
I'm all over.
if you heard, what did you not hear, family? You did not hear her talk about the Caribbean yet. So, you know I'm going to be talking to her about the Caribbean, because she got to come to St. Lucia. She got to come,
Yes,
she got to come to
I'm
St. Lucia and shoot something. Hey,
Yes,
some
we're going to come there to shoot
Africans in
some
St.
movie.
Lucia?
Yeah, we
And
can
listen,
do
I
that.
have a director, my director writer, Demetrius Charles. I go hear him say, oh my God. He said
Yeah,
that.
tell me, we can work something out to do.
And your lead actress, she's ready. She got her swimsuit in her
Yes,
hand. Look,
she
she got her
is.
swimsuit in her hand already.
Yeah, she is. And we are also, there's a movie that we're going to be shooting in Africa that we're going to hit. It's going to be a hit. So we welcome other peoples. We need
Okay.
partners. We need you guys.
Hey, you
We
got
need
us.
partners. We need partners.
See, the thing that we have to realize in PIF and Pif Africa, we don't give physical awards, we give recognition awards.
Award.
And we recognize the work that people do. And the reason I set it up like that, because all the other film festivals, they give awards, and I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem, but I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. So we recognize the hard work that filmmakers do, and we work with them after. We just don't give you an award and you're gone.
And
we
you're
say,
gone.
stay with us. Like Demetrius came to us in 2015, and he's still with us.
Wow.
And so we encourage them to come in and just work together, because for me, I love competition. I've been in the martial arts for years. And my thing was, where do we collaborate? Everything's a competition. School's a competition to get the best grades against somebody else. Everything's a competition. And I'm fine with that. I'm clear with I'm cool with that. But where do we sit down and collaborate?
Yeah.
I always look at where do we collaborate. I always ask people, where do we collaborate? And they could never tell me. So I said, so I took my company. I make my company is based on collaboration. So I'm looking to collaborate with you. I love to come to Africa. I want you to come to the Caribbean.
I'm
Now she
gonna
might
come.
not leave the Caribbean when she go down there. Her husband's gonna be mad at me. So family, please support her. Check the movie out. We're gonna come back. We're gonna do the next segment is gonna be her lead actress. I've been talking to her over, and her daughter is up there doing the pictures for me. So we're gonna have some fun in the next segment. Okay. This is Brother Ed Emoji for the PIF Connection. God bless. We'll talk to you on the other side. Yeah.